Alright lads, how about a mail call video? So this is from the LGS, which isn't really a mail call, but yeah, it's kind of the same concept. Let's see what I picked up. Most of the cards in here are for Sygg. So my Sygg River Cutthroat deck is having some problems. It looks like it's another one of those decks where the game plan is no longer viable in the current environment. So what I thought I would do is make it more hardcore discard that doesn't rely on specters connecting with my opponents in order to make them discard. So I got Teddy Bones, Bauble Burglar, one of the black for the Skeleton Rogue, 1/3, whenever an opponent throws away a card, exile it from the graveyard with a stash counter on it. Stash it away. During my turn, I may play cards I don't own with stash counters on them from exile, and mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. 3 to black. Each opponent throws away a card. Activate only as a sorcery. So he does double duty. He makes my opponents discard, and he gets me new stuff. I can play their shit. Okay, Arcane Signet. Why did I get this for? Maybe I got it for the Ruhan deck. I forget. I just knew that I need another Arcane Signet for something, so I ordered one, and it was cheap because it's from the freshly printed Arcane Signet set. Commander bullshit. Yep. Anyway, Scurry of Squirrels. Okay, Cube turned me on to this. So Cube plays this in his Hazel deck, and I thought, wow, that's pretty fucking cool. 2 and a green for a 2/2 Squirrel Scout. Myriad. Whenever this motherfucker attacks, for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of this creature that's tapped and attacking a player or planeswalker they control, then do it again. Exile the tokens at end of combat. I'm not sure where I'm going to put him in. Really don't know. Whenever the Scurry Squirrels deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature I control. So he could go in Omnath because he puts counters on things. He could go in Corvold because he makes tokens. So when he attacks, I create a token. So I can stack it so when he attacks the Corvold, create the tokens. Corvold eats one of the tokens. And then I can just go from there. Anyway, it's just really cute, and I thought, that's a fun looking ability. And for 3, why not? Let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works. And then I got the foil, Tiny Bones, Bauble Burglar. So here's the full art, and here's the foil framed art. It's pretty much the same though. What are the main differences? I mean, they're cropped the same. It's just they cut off the frame. That's all. Anyway, I decided to get another one because it didn't cost that much, and I thought I could use him in another deck. I'm not sure which one though. I'll figure it out later. I also got Alcatraz, Deepest Betrayal. He's a bad god. So this bastard, 3 black for 4/4 flying lifelinker. Okay, so far so good. But why is he a fucking mythic? I mean, Baneslayer Angel, she's 5 for a 5/5 flying first strike, lifelink, protection, demons, protection, dragons. And she's not mythic anymore. She got downgraded to rare. This guy is mythic because whenever he attacks, each opponent throws away a card. For each opponent who cannot, I draw a card. Nice. Whenever an opponent throws away a land card, I get a 1/1 black bat token of flying. Whenever Alcatraz dies, return to the battlefield tapped and transformed under his owner's control. So he becomes Temple of the Dead. Tap, add 1 black, 2 and a black, turn it back into Alcatraz. Only if a player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, it only is. I didn't pay attention to that bit. Can I do anything else when he dies? Okay, so when he dies, I kind of have to do that. Okay, anyway. So, I'm not going to be reanimating this bastard. Rankle's Prank! 2 black. So, again, the idea is, so Sygg, it's specters. I call it tribal specters, but there aren't really enough specters to make a tribe. The idea is that I get down these specters with typically flying for the evasion. They attack, hit my opponent, they throw away a card. It's kind of slow. It was working. I had a bunch of equipment in there to make them bigger, make them so they hit harder. I have noetic scales, so if my opponents play big creatures and I put noetic scales down, if I'm making them discard, then noetic scales is 4 colorless for an artifact. Beginning of everybody's upkeep, count the number of cards in your hand, and bounce every creature with a power greater than the number of cards in your hand. So for example, if somebody has 3 cards, every creature they control with power 4 or greater gets bounced back to their hand. Therefore, they can't block my little specters. That's the idea. And it was working for a while, but it doesn't seem to be working anymore. So, going with more of a hardcore discard. Wrinkles Prank. 2 black. Choose 1 or more. Everybody throws away 2 cards. Everybody loses 4 life. Everybody sacrifices 2 creatures. Huh. So except for the draw card bit, is basically one-shot Wrinkle. Let's see, I got Urtai Resurrected. I think I like this art better than the other art. I don't like that his hands are fucking weird, that his arms are fused, his 2 arms are fused together and they only open at the elbows. That's just weird. Anyway, 2 black-blue. Phyrexian Human Wizard with Flash, Urtai Resurrected. So when he hits play, I can either counter a spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Its controller draws a card. Okay, but this will get a counter something. Or I can kill a creature or a planeswalker. And its controller gets to draw a card. Anyway. If I kill a planeswalker that's really fucking with me, like Ugin, that's a fair trade. I'll trade a card for killing Ugin. Then I got the Raven Man. This guy's cheap as a foil. Nobody wants to play him. 1 to black for 2/1 Human Wizard. At the beginning of each end step, if somebody threw away a card this turn, I get a 1/1 black bird creature token flying as this creature can't block. And again, just like Tiny Bones, 3 to black, tap, everybody throws away a card. No, each opponent. Let me look at this. I don't, he's just, okay, well. Each opponent, okay, so both of them, only my opponents throw away a card. One of these, I should learn to read the cards. Junji, the Midnight Sky. I thought about getting the alternate art Junji, but I just decided I like this one better. So 3 black for a 5/5 flying menacing dragon spirit. When Jugi, the Midnight Sky croaks, choose 1. Everybody throws away to each opponent. Again, each opponent, not everybody. I keep thinking it's everybody, because normally, with the cards that I've seen in the past, it's everybody. Like Liliana of the Veil. Each opponent, would you look, Max, shut it. The door's open again, okay? Shut it. Each opponent throws away 2 cards and loses 2 life, or put target non-dragon creature card from graveyard onto the battlefield under my control, and I lose 2 life. Yeah, he's pretty cool. What else did I get? I got an Elderfang Disciple. It's pretty basic. 1 and a black for a 1/1 Elf Cleric. When it hits play, everybody throws each opponent. Again, each opponent, not me. I don't have to do it. I don't throw away shit. Each opponent. Max, shut your stupid kitty mouth. Since I got Wrinkle's Prank, I might as well get the Master of Pranks. Okay. Wrinkle, 2 black for a 3/3 hasty flying fairy rogue. Whenever you smack somebody, choose a number. Each player, everybody throws away a card. Each player, everybody, loses 1 life and draws a card. Or, everybody sacrifices a creature. Everybody. Me, you, him, her, your mama, your daddy, everybody throws away a card. sacrifice creature. Wrangle doesn't give a shit. Then I got this guy. This guy's cool. Remember how I put Kenrith into Omnath? And I took the Kenrith out of the commander position of the Kenrith deck? Well, Kenrith has returned to command his deck, and he is a Russian. He is Kenrith, the returned Tsar. That's just cool. I like that. I'll ask some of the Russian lads I play with how to properly pronounce the abilities in Russian. How to properly pronounce returned. That doesn't look like Tsar, I guess. Konig? King? I'm not sure what king actually is. Because that doesn't look like it would say Tsar. I don't know. I don't read Russian. I think it's cool, but the only words I know are до свидания, спасибо, блядь, давай, чувак, привет, товарищ. I also got this for Sygg. Something I've noticed with a lot of my dual color decks, a lot of the times I will get a lot of lands of one color or the other. For example, playing Sygg, I'll get a lot of black and not enough blue. Or I get a lot of blue and not enough black, and I'm like, ah, fuck, if I only had one more black. Or fuck, if I only had one more blue. So I'm going to put this Myriad Landscape in there. Comes to play tapped. It's basically Cross and Verge. This is a Cross and Verge for basic lands that match. So it comes to play tapped. I can tap it for colorless. Or 2, sack it. Go look for 2 basic land cards that share a land type. So look for 2 of the same basic lands. Put them in a play tapped and then shuffle. And it's pretty cool looking. I kind of like the art. It's weird, but not so weird that it's off-putting. Then I got Smallpox. Each player, everybody. And that's where it gets annoying, because I have to remember, okay, this shit affects me too. This other shit only affects those bastards that are trying to kill me, that are trying to stop me from winning the game. So Smallpox affects everybody. Black, everybody. Loses 1 life, throws away card, sacks creature, and then sacks land. So that, tomorrow I'll probably do the Sygg video where I deconstruct him. I talk about what isn't working, what is working, what I want to keep definitely, what I'm willing to let go for some of these other cards, and kind of the direction I'm going to take him in. Maybe he didn't have an Arcane Signet. It is possible. A couple of my older decks that I had around before Arcane Signet. Yes, I've had some decks longer than Arcane Signet was printed, and I didn't update all of them. I thought I did, but I'm not so sure. So Sygg probably needs an Arcane Signet. That's most likely why I got it. Anyway, that's the shit I got from the LGS. Let's see what came in the post. That's pretty well packaged. What game is that? Elemental Wizard. Acilio. What's this? Meet and greet. It looks kind of like a redhead braids, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like a redheaded braids? Meet and greet. When this hits, create a rune chant token. Whatever the fuck that is. If you dealt arcane damage to an opposing hero this turn, this gets go again. Well, let's see. Did he make it easy to open? Not really. Oh, there we go. I just have to go from the other side. Got to open the cards from the other side. God damn it. Get in there without damaging the motherfucker. There. Get rid of that shit. Auxilio. Once per turn instant. Throw away an instant. Draw a card. Aurora. What the hell game is this? Legend Story Studios. Fuck. Any of you? Oh, Flesh and Blood. They've got dual face cards. Oh, this one. Is it supposed to be split like that? It looks like it's scored. What the hell is this? Rune Chain, Embodiment of Lightning. It's like 4 different cards. This is weird. I never had any Flesh and Blood cards before, I don't think. What's this one? Etchings of Arcana. Deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. Surge. This deals more than 1 damage. You can bounce an aura with sigil and Sam from your graveyard to your hand. Wizard action. Neat. And then there's Meet and Greet. She looks like she'd be fun until she gets tired of you or decides she wants to play really rough. And you wake up tied to the bed wondering why she has a spatula in her hand dripping with blood. Flash of Brilliance. When this defends, you may discard a lightning card. If you do, return it. What is a lightning card? I should figure out how to play the game. What's this? Sanctative Area. Why is the back like that? Why is it an art card? What the hell's going on? This is a weird game. Do you play it like that and you don't know what it is and you flip it over? Or what? Anyway, here's what I actually ordered. Ordered Nether Eyes for Sygg, because he kind of need to beef up his protection a bit. 3 in a blue, instantly return all attacking creatures to the owner's hand. Somebody attacks me, you fog, you bounce all the creatures back. Let them put them back together. Get another Myriad Landscape. So I've got one for Sygg, or this one's for Sygg. One of them is for Sygg. The other one is for somebody else. I don't know who. I'll figure that out later. And then I got this. I was playing Arena, and somebody played this against me. Moonblessed Cleric. 2 and a white for a 3/2 human elf cleric. So it's a half elf. They should just say half elf cleric, but they say human elf cleric. I don't know. Fuck them. Ooh, she's a cleric. I could play her Nalia. Anyway, when she comes into play, I may search my library for an enchantment card, show it to everybody, shuffle, and put that card on top. Why is that keyworded? Why is that divine intervention? Why doesn't it just say, when Moonblessed Cleric enters the battlefield, you may do all the shit that it says? Why does it have to say divine intervention? What is the point? What kind of keyword is that? Is there something in the set that works with a divine intervention? I don't know. I didn't play this set in standard. I've got a decent number of the cards from the set, but I'm not enfranchised. I'm not bought into it that much. So, I don't know, it kind of bothers me that it looks like it has a keyword, but it doesn't need to say that as far as I know. So anyway, that's what I got. I got a little stack of stuff. Now I have to make that deck. See what I can do with Sygg. See if I can get it back together. Put Comrade Tavares Kinrith. Put him back in command. Wow, that is cool. A Russian. And tomorrow, this is May the 7th, year of our Lord 2025. So tomorrow is the 80th anniversary of the end of the Great Patriotic War, at least here in Czech Republic. I know in Russia they celebrate it on the 9th. Because, of course, they had to finish liberating they had to do all the paperwork. So the Czechs and the rest of the Europeans, well, more Western Europeans, it's the 8th of May. For the Russians, because they had to do all the paperwork, they had to get enough dudes back to Moscow for the parade, it's the 9th.